Today in the wood yard, we got wood to split, wood to stack. Let's get busy. Hello, fellow firewood fanatics. My name is Chris. In case you're here for the first time, if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Today, it's a cloudy, cool day, but not too bad. It's about 25 degrees, very little wind. Good day to be outside. I have a little bit of remnants from the pile of oak that I cut up and split most of. This is the little bit that we didn't get done last time we were splitting. So today, I have the splitter here. It's got gas, and I'm going to see if it'll start. It should. It hasn't run now in, I don't know, 3 weeks. But I'm going to start it up. I'm going to split the rest of this wood, and I'm going to stack it right back over in this corner over here because some of this is not ready to be sold right away. Some of it is. The stuff that is dry, I'm going to throw into a pile right over to the side, over to your left, over that way. And cookies are going to go down over in that corner. And after I get that done, I'm going to do a little bit of stacking. Well, I'm going to stack this wood over here, and I'm going to do a little bit of stacking on the locust because I've got about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours today. So that's what I'm going to get going on. The locust over there to your left and behind the camera is kind of snowed in and frozen into the ground. So I think what I'm going to do is pick away at it and maybe get the tractor and kind of work it loose a little bit so that I can get some stacking done on it because there's a whole big pile there to be done. I want to get that out of the way so that I can bring more wood in. So that is the plan. Let's get busy. So there it is, that truckload is cut and split. Got a little bit of stacking to do yet. I throw the cookies down over here. We'll pick those up with the bucket later on, and we'll throw them in the cookie bin. And then this is the stuff that's wet that needs to dry yet. And I already put some pallets down right over here. Right through here, I put these little, there's a stringer right through here, so I'm gonna build a corner here. This should fit here, I think. If it doesn't, I'll just take some of it, put it down the other end. I kind of threw it right here because I didn't want to have to carry the wood down around the corner, because down this way is kind of where I left off with the stacking with this pile when I originally cut it and split it. So I kind of left off right down here, as you can see. So I didn't feel like moving it from down there over to here. So I didn't, and it'll be just fine over there. It'll dry here, just over there, just as good as here. So we're gonna get to stacking right now. It is complete. The stacking is done. Now this pile I thought was only going to be about 4 feet high, because it didn't look like it was that much wood there, but there is probably a face cord or a third of a cord here, because this is 6 feet and there's another foot here, so it's almost 7 feet wide and it's over 5 feet high. And to get a third of a cord or a face cord, you need 4 feet high, 8 feet wide, which is 32 square feet. And this is over that. This is probably like 34, 35 square feet on the front. And I didn't want to move the wood down to the end, because I have to go, I don't know, what is it, 15 yards carrying it. Even if I have to move it with the bucket or the on the tractor or the wheelbarrow, I just didn't want to do it. So I just went a little higher here, so it's no big deal. I know that this is for sure at least a face cord or a third of a cord. So it'll dry just fine like this. It's just gonna be a little higher. Got a little hill here. So I got the stacking done. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go start the tractor up. Now, I had trouble with the tractor, I don't know what, a week ago or so when Harry was here to pick up his 1222 Eastonmade log splitter, Harry from the Driftless Homestead. My tractor wouldn't start that day. It was like zero, and I hadn't run it for like a week, and so something was not right. So I looked this morning, and the problem was what some of you suggested. You were correct. My collar that goes over the post on the negative side was loose, and the reason it was loose is the bolt that goes through that collar that goes over the top on your lead there, it's bent on the thread end, and so the bolt could only go, or the nut could only go on the bolt so far, and you couldn't tighten it. And it was like that obviously from the factory or whoever put the battery in, and I had never noticed it before till just now. So I could actually take it and just pick it up and down on it. It was actually loose, so I think that was the problem. So I didn't have a bolt and I wanted to get it tight, so what I did is I put it on and I just took a small screw, like a drywall screw, and I screwed it down into between the lead on the post and that collar, and it tightened up really tight. I screwed it down really nice and tight. I'm going to eventually put a new bolt on it when it warms up on some day when it's nicer out, but I wanted to get it on there tight for now. And then I put the charger on it and I plugged it into the heater. So I'm going to see if it'll start now. It should. I think it will. I'm going to make it start. We're going to go over there, and then after we get it started, we're going to go and we're going to start working on the locust over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the truck out of there, sitting over there, and I'm going to take the bucket and I'm going to scrape away, because all that locust has been sitting there for months now. Well, a couple months at least. So it's been snowed on and melted snow and then more snow on it. So I'm sure a lot of it's frozen to the ground. So I'm going to push it away, clear out a spot so I have some working space, because there's not a lot of room there. So I'm going to kind of clean that up over there. So we're going to go get the tractor right now. Okay, so the charger says it's full. So I'm going to take that off. Actually, I'm going to unplug it first. There we go. And I'll take this off. And I'll take this other clip off. Set that over here. So here, I'll show you up close. This is the screw that I put in, and another on this side you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's bent up and it won't go in anymore. So I just put the screw in here and it's real nice and tight now. So I screwed it in real tight. So we're gonna go give it a try and see if she'll start, because it says it's full, and I have also had it plugged into the core heater here. You can see there's the cord. The heater is right up in here, and it's warm. It's actually real warm. Okay, let's see what happens. I got a feeling that's what it was. So I think a lot of you were absolutely correct in that. Gotta find my key in my pocket here, and that lead was loose. So let's see what happens. Yep, she started. I'll let it warm up for a little bit. That's good. The parking brake on. Started right up, no problem. But it is about 25 degrees today, so now we're gonna unplug this stuff and I'm just tucking this back here out of the way. There we go. Now I can put my cords away and my chargers and let her warm up. I'm gonna get to work. Oopsie. So I did a little scraping and I dug out some the chunks and threw them over here with the tractor, made a big mess. I got snow and sawdust and bark because this is very messy stuff, this locust. And the problem is I need to get down to the ground, because if I don't get down to the ground this when it thaws, the pallets will shift and the wood will tip over. So I'm going to have to dig down. I couldn't even get it with the tractor scraping. I mean, I could have, but I would have ripped the ground up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape away all the sawdust and debris going over this direction and around over to here, put a pallet down right here, and then I can start stacking. But I also want to get this row right here stacked. So I'm going to take this stuff from right in here and stack that. So I don't know if it's really going to be worth all the effort I have to put into this, but I want to get it started so that when Bo comes back he can continue stacking on this and we get this pile off the ground and get it stacked. So a lot of work here, always a lot of work. So I only got about an hour left, so I'm going to see what I can get done. So I just stacked for about an hour or so. My bucket is full of debris, so I'm gonna go dump that right now before I do a little bit more cleanup. So we're gonna go do a dump. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup here with some of this debris. This locust is just the messiest stuff there is. I get twice as much debris with the locust as any other kind of wood when it comes to cleanup, because the bark comes off. You got sawdust. You just got lots of stuff. And I could sort through here and pick out some chunks, which I do if I find something like this. You know, a chunk like this, I'll throw it in the pile. And there's also some kindling sizes in here too, which sometimes I pull out, sometimes I don't. There's a couple right there. But you can't get it all. Well, I mean, you could if you had a good way of sorting it, like if I had a disc cleaner or a tumbler, you know, something that would sort out the debris. And I know there's people that do it, but I just do not have time for it. This is not fun. You cannot shovel into frozen crap. It's pretty much just going to be a slow pick-through process. So I think what I'll do is just kind of keep picking through this, pulling out the pieces that are big enough, stacking them, and then do it that way. Here comes another one of my jets. Some of you seem to like the jet, so I guess I'm going to show you this jet. Here we go. There it goes. There you go. Isn't that pretty? So sometimes the best way to clear the debris out is just rake and then pick through the pile, pull out the good stuff, throw away the bad stuff. It's just a pain in the butt with this locust. I should charge twice as much for it because it's twice as much work. It's awesome firewood, but very messy. Let me know if any of you like locusts. I'm sure you like it for firewood, but it's messy crap, I tell you. It is just nasty, nasty, nasty. And the bark is not like regular bark either. It's like stringy, sticks to it. Yeah, when I used the bucket and I lifted all those chunks and all the debris up into the air and then dumped it, all I did was just made a mess. not a good idea. But I had to do something so I could get this clear so I could start stacking here. But the end of the pile is just around the corner there, so I think if I just continue this way, most of it should fit. And if not, I can do another row on the back side here or something. We'll get her done. Beautiful day today, though, I tell you. It's probably 30 degrees right now. A little bit of a wind, but not much. But the sun came out, so starting to feel pretty darn beautiful out here. And we don't have much farther, and we can start looking forward to warmer weather. But we still have a ways to go. Everybody always thinks, oh, you know, you get close to February, it's going to start being nice days. Well, no, not always. Sometimes February can be awfully nasty too. But at least I'm gaining a little bit of daylight each day now, which is a good thing because I need daylight. I do not like working in the dark. And, you know, you got that shortest day of the year, what, December 22nd, 21st, somewhere in there, 23rd, whatever it is. And you seem like you got about 2 hours of daylight. It's terrible. Well, I'm going to go dump this load. Well, folks, that's it for today. I am done. I have to be somewhere in about 20 minutes, so you're not going to see any more of me today. That is it. Come on back tomorrow. We'll have more fun then. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.